Well, she is the maker of the most popular pottery in the country and has thousands of fans all over the world. Her name is Rae Dunn, and this is her first television interview. It took us a year to convince her to talk to us because despite how huge her pottery line has become, she is very uncomfortable in the spotlight. But she decided to face her fear of the camera to talk to us about her work and growing up in Fresno. Look up the name Rae Dunn on Instagram and you will be flooded with pictures of off-white pottery with large, simple, everyday words. Hutches filled to the brim with mugs, canisters, and plates. For fans, the addiction is real.
Yeah, well, right now it's Easter stuff and birdhouses.
Many wait outside stores like this Home Goods in Fresno, anxious to be the first to get their hands on the latest release.
Tell me, what did you find?
I got blessed pasta bowls.
But the frenzy associated with Rae Dunn collecting contrasts the calm inside this brightly lit studio in Berkeley, where Rae spends her mornings building and shaping her works of art.
I really have a hard time expressing myself, and that's why when I found clay, I found my voice, because I could just communicate through that.
She found her voice serendipitously about 25 years ago when the Fresno State graduate moved to the Bay Area for a job in industrial design.
I was in Golden Gate Park riding my bike, and I spotted this beautiful building in the distance that looked like a little castle.
2 classes in that art building fit her schedule, clay and glass.
Naturally, I flipped a coin to decide which one to take. And it landed on clay, and the minute I touched clay, it changed my life.
Women and men seem to instantly connect to the handmade look of her pieces, fingerprints and all.
When I first started pottery, you know, my teacher was like, smooth those out. You want it to be perfect. And I was like, I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look like somebody made it.
The natural flaws and imperfections are as inherent in her work as those one-word messages.
I'm so not a wordy person, and I feel like my pottery really resembles me. You know, it's quiet, soft-spoken.
The images and lettering on her pieces have, for the most part, been small and understated.
These plates were the very first thing that I made in pottery.
Until 5 years ago, when she created the popular elongated letter, or LL, as it's known among collectors.
So these are the items that people are really enjoying.
The demand for the line so overwhelming, she partnered with ceramics manufacturer Magenta.
Now that there's so big of a production, we all come up with words. Even the stores will come up with words. And my fans will email me certain words that might be good.
Those word suggestions come from all over the world. Her LL line is sold at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshalls across the U.S., as well as Canada, England, and Australia. Though she tends to shun the spotlight, Rae's rock star status in the pottery world may not come as a huge surprise to those who knew her in high school.
I remember in biology class, they made us dissect a frog, which was so disgusting.
Some academic subjects were not her forte, but she loved being a part of Bullard's pep squad, and Rae and her siblings even had their own band called the Dunns.
Yeah, and I was just so natural. You know, we grew up doing that, so it just seemed like, doesn't everybody do this? You don't have a band? What?
Rae believes her musical upbringing was a big influence on her work today. One of her biggest fans is her former Tenaya Middle School teacher, Kathy Robinson.
I don't go by in my kitchen without looking at something there and think of how proud I am. You know, that this is a gal that made a mark in life, and she did it without any fanfare. She did it simple, earth-like, and grounded.
Rae now wants to go bigger. She plans to dedicate time to large paintings and art pieces that will never touch anyone's lips, but will simply bring joy.
The function I want for these is for people to write their dreams or wishes on a piece of paper and stick them inside.
And her new book, In Pursuit of Inspiration, is full of the things that feed her creative process.
She hopes it will inspire others to unleash their own inner artist.
I think we all have innate abilities to create, and most of us just lose that as we get older, but it's never too late to tap back into that.
And you will soon start seeing more of Rae Dunn's work. She's currently collaborating on a stationery line as well as a home and office furniture collection. And Rae Dunn fans, mark your calendar. She will have a book signing for In Pursuit of Inspiration at Root on Fulton Street in downtown Fresno. That's coming up June 8th from 1 to 4. And of course, we will have that information as well on our website and on our mobile app.
Thank you for watching. For more videos like this from ABC 30, just make sure to hit that subscribe button below.